What is going on today, YouTube? I'm back with a little action on the smoker this morning. It's about 9:45 and I'm really stoked to get some barbecue going. Got some friends coming over this afternoon. We're going to play us some old-timey music and we're going to eat some good barbecue. Now, I want to preface this video by stating that I am no expert in the field of barbecue. There are many experts out there. And I'm just going to give you the sweet, simple, short, easy way to barbecue some of the best brisket that you can get in a short enough amount of time that you can eat it by the time your friends come over and not have to stay up all night long. That's key. You don't want to lose sleep just to do your barbecue so when your friends come over you need to take a nap. I mean, really? Okay, I'm going to start by showing you what I'm going to cook today. And that's going to be a big beef brisket. Now don't get scared, I'm going to show you this. What we got here is a 15 pound, 14.79, focus, 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 focus. 14.79 pound brisket from Wally World. And right away the experts are going to say, oh, that's probably not, you probably could find a better brisket than that. But if you look at the price of this one, $43.78, pretty good price if you ask me. And you look at this brisket, it's just like pretty much any other brisket out there when you're not competing in a barbecue competition or anything like that. I mean, goodness sakes, folks, my friends are just coming over to eat some meat and play some music. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you step by step just a few things. It's not going to be hard, trust me, okay? What we want to do is just make sure that our smoker gets to the right temperature. We want to cook it there for the right amount of time. We want to put the right spices and seasonings on it, for flavor. Inject it. We're going to put some moisture in there. The typical stuff you would do with a big chunk of meat like this. Anyhow, we're going to use charcoal. Throw some wood for some smoke in there. Whatever kind of wood you want to use, doesn't really matter. It's all going to be the same. When you take a bite of that meat, you're going to be Anywho, I got the Weber Smoky Mountain cooker over here. That's 22 inch, by the way, and very simple to use. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get my fire going because it's almost 10 o'clock. And this thing, let me tell you something real quick here. They say about an hour to an hour and a quarter per pound of cooking time on a piece of meat like this. Now, 15-pound brisket, we're looking at least 15 hours. So it's 10 o'clock. People are coming over at 2 this afternoon. I should have plenty of time. I'm just kidding. I should have plenty of time because of the method we're going to use today. Anywho, I'm going to open up this brisket, rinse it off, and then I'll get back to you when we get ready to fix this puppy up. And I'll get my fire going, and we'll talk some more in a minute here. All right, we're back. About 15 minutes into the process. And not much has happened, but I'll show you what has happened. Got the fire going. Getting ready to put some coals on there. I'll show you that in a minute. Can you see behind me there? Can you see it? Got the brisket washed, dried. Got some stuff on the table. Bring it on down here for you. Okay, what we got here is the brisket. This is the fat side. They call this fat cap. It's obviously different from the other side. Anyway, I'm not going to get scientific. Like I said, basic process. What we're going to do, trim the brisket up. Big old chunk of fat right there. Goes all the way down. I mean, we're going to trim that up pretty good. Not too good, but, kind of triangular trim there. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to trim some of the thicker, like the ridges. Think of it as mountains, mountains of fat here. See, mounds and mounds of fat. We're going to trim all of that down to maybe about a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. We don't need to trim a whole lot off there, but we don't need all that fat dripping down and burning on our smoker and causing that burnt smoke smell and flavor, if you will. Anywho, I'll clean that up real quick, and let me show you a little tip here. Let me give myself a little paper towel action here. I'm very informal with my videos, if you haven't noticed by now. Anyway, so I've got an electric knife I use for fishing, fillet fillet of fish, and I'm going to use that on the brisket today. And the only reason I do it is because it's fun. You know, you could probably do it faster with the regular knife, but I like to have fun when I cook, so I'm going to lay that right in there. And it's kind of winding down on me, as you see that I can get all that in one lick and be done pretty quick here. So I'm going to do that. Got my injection in here, which is a mixture of apple juice, beef broth. I use Better Than Bouillon. Not saying that's the brand name or anything, because I don't know if I can do that on YouTube. I don't know anything about YouTube, really. Anyway, I've got beef broth, apple juice, and a little bit of garlic powder in there. I heated it up, mixed it together real good, let it cool down, put it in there so I can put my injection needle right down in that hole right there, and then tilt it as needed to get the rest out to inject that brisket. And we're going to do a Texas style brisket today, which is basically salt and pepper. Okay, so we're going to salt and pepper this thing up. I know all the experts are out there saying, "Oh, that brisket's not going to be any good." But if you're in Texas, which I'm not, I'm in Missouri, they would say, "That's the way to do it, son." Maybe not quite like that, but anywho, I'll be back in a minute after I trim this brisket and show you when we get ready to put it on. Alright, got the brisket trimmed, and getting ready to dump some coals on my smoker here. And I use what's called the minion method. Don't know if you know what that is, but basically, make a ring of coals. And you're going to dump your hot ones right in the middle, right where I've got mine. Sitting right now with my chimney starter on my face. This way it'll burn out to the ring like a fuse. We don't have to refuel this thing any point in time before we're done. Quick little dump. Smoker on. And just like that, she's heating up. She's getting ready for a nice long slow cook right there. Smoky Mountain Weber, 22-inch. I can't say enough good things about these until I run out of words, and then I think, yeah, I've said enough, I suppose. Setting my vents here real quick, and then I'm going to talk to you real quick more about this brisket. Okay, now got her all trimmed up. I got that piece on the top trimmed a little bit, and I'll show you a little mistake I made. Oopsie daisy, got a bald spot. I took a thick piece of the fat and cut down too low, but whoop-de-ding, ding-doo, we'll be all right. So I'm going to trim off that thing right there, and then this thing's going to be ready to inject. And all I'm going to say about that, I flip it over. I keep the fat side down so that the juice that I inject does not leak through, except for the bald spot on the other side. That's just my opinion. I don't really care how you do it. The experts will tell you to do it both ways, which is terrible, you know, because you can never make up your mind. Anyway, gonna finish trimming, inject it. I'm not going to show you how to inject because it's really not that hard. Suck up the juice, poke, squeeze, pull, soak, squeeze, pull, you know, over and over until you get it nice and juicy in there. And then we're going to rub it up with salt and pepper. I'll show you the finished product right before we throw it on the smoker. Moving right along. Half an hour in and things are looking real good, real good. I got the brisket injected. Oops, hold on. Got her injected. I put on my salt and pepper. Now, don't get confused. I make some of my own spices and I put them in old containers. This is called the Four Seasons blend. Salt, pepper, garlic salt, and a little bit of cayenne. But really, I just use this for the salt effect. And then I added more pepper on the top of this thing. Give it a nice peppered look. Alright, real simple, real simple. Keep it simple. Alright, experts will tell you that. And then they'll go into the science. I don't understand why they do that, but I think they're right on with keep it simple. I'm going to throw some wood on. Got a little cherry. Got a little apple. And I'm almost out of hickory, but I'm gonna put some on there the rest of it. Just gonna throw some right in there. Oh, it looks like it's working out there. Just throw. Almost out of that, but we're gonna chuck it on there. Chuck some more on there. Now, we're already on this smoker. I don't care what temperature it is. If I'm in the gray, which I just took the door off so it cooled it down a little bit, but as soon as I get in that gray area, between 200 and 250, I'm throwing that brisket on there. That's all I'm going to do. And when I do that, I'll be back. Folks, we're up to temp. I just threw that thing on there. Get it going. We got to get this thing going. We got people coming over. I mean, I got other stuff to do. We're going to set that there for, you know, at least an hour before we even see it again. See you in an hour. Well, guys, things are coming together real good. The brisket's just sitting there on the smoker, and there's pretty much nothing else I have to do with it right now. So I just thought I might talk to you for a minute about, you know, those of you out there who are just kind of getting started in cooking, and maybe some of you who've been cooking for a while and just don't, you know, just can't get that brisket right. Today, what we're doing is really a surefire recipe and really more of a procedure or process for getting that brisket done in a short amount of time. Not too short. You can't do anything too fast, you know. I mean, people try to do everything so fast these days. It's like, I want this, I want that, I want it done now. And, you know, yeah, they get a product, they get a finished product, but is it really what they were looking for? Maybe, maybe not. But that's neither here nor there. Really what I'm trying to say is, when you're doing a brisket, a lot of people will get scared real easy. They'll say, that's a huge piece of meat, and what am I going to do with that thing? I mean, it makes them want to go, some people makes them want to go vegan. And one thing I got to say about that is, you know, don't be afraid to go vegan, because guess what? You know, this cow that I'm cooking up right here, it ate grass. It ate nothing but vegetables, nothing but no meat, you know, vegetarian, vegan. And so therefore, by me living vicariously through this cow, by eating it, I myself consider myself a vegan of sorts. You know, there are a lot of camps out there, a lot of different opinions on everything. And I'm not one to put up a strong argument on anything like that. But all I'm saying is, you know, I consider myself vegan, okay? So, anyway, I digress. What I was trying to say is basically, let's talk about brisket for a minute, okay? The brisket is basically the chest of the cow, okay? You know, so imagine, since that cow stands on 4 legs, that it does one extended push-up for its entire life. And think about how strong it gets up there in that area of the chest. I mean, they say the cow, that brisket muscle, it actually holds up about 60% of the cow, okay? And that's a lot of weight if you think about how big a cow is. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, it's a very tough muscle. It's called a working muscle, which they are the ones that get tough. They're the ones that they say are hardest to cook, right? No. That is not true at all. It just takes longer to get them cooked to the point where you can eat them, okay? So, brisket, don't be scared. It's a big piece of meat. Yeah, it's going to feed a lot of people for a small amount of money. I mean, $40 for a brisket, and you're going to feed about, let's say, 15 people. Does it get much cheaper than that? Maybe White Castle, you know, get a crave case or something, but come on. Really? Okay, so you got your brisket. You go to the store. You pick out a brisket, any brisket you want. Doesn't matter, small, big. It really don't matter. You know, just grab one. Don't be afraid. Okay. You're going to inject it. You're going to rub it. You know, sprinkle it with some salt and pepper, basically. You're going to get your smoker going. You're going to throw it on the smoker for a couple hours. Now, this is where I get into the process. And really, it's this simple. We got on the smoker for about 2, even 3 hours if you want, if you got stuff to do. Then once you pull it off the smoker, you're going to put it in an oven, 300 degrees, for about as long as it takes, okay? You can't be in a rush with this kind of thing, but this is much faster than the method of just leaving it on the smoker for 48 hours or less or more, you know, whatever. Too long, in my opinion. I got stuff to do. So, you're going to leave it on the smoker for a couple hours. Then you're going to turn an oven up to 300 degrees. Throw the brisket in there, double wrapped in foil. Put it in a turkey pan so it doesn't drip on the bottom of the oven. And leave it in that 300 degree oven for as long as it takes for that meat to get to an internal temperature of 200, an internal temperature of 210 degrees. Okay? That's all you got to do. And you pull it out right at 210. Let it sit. Okay, let it sit for half an hour. You might want to pull open the foil a little bit at the end and let it vent out all the steam. Not necessary, but you might want to. Let it sit for half an hour before you cut that thing up. Okay? And like I said, I got people coming over to play music tonight. I got people coming over at 2 o'clock this afternoon, actually. I started this thing, got it on the smoker. Let's see, 10:30. So we figure 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. If I say we eat at 6:30, that gives us 8 hours to get this thing done. Where most people will tell you 15 plus hours for this brisket. But it's that process in the oven that's really going to finish it off in time. We're not trying to compete in a barbecue competition where we got to have that dry, nice, crusty bark on there. Nothing like that. Simple, smoky goodness. Okay? I ain't going to tell you that more than once. Okay? Maybe twice. Maybe by the end of this video I might say that one more time. I don't know. Might say it in a different way. Anyway. Just want to talk to you about that a little bit. Didn't want you to get scared. If you have questions in this process, you get back to me. Otherwise, I'll include a little more at the end of this video, and then we'll probably wrap it up. Real simple, guys. Real simple. Don't let anybody fool you out there, okay? Everybody knows what they're talking about, don't they? Okay. We'll see you soon. Okay, guys. Brisket's been on the smoker for about an hour and a half. Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look.
Talking to yourself, Daddy.
What?
Are you making a video?
Psh, no.
Are you making a video?
So, there's my brisket. It's been on for an hour and a half now. And it's looking real good.
Dad.
You know what I think I'm going to do to it now? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to put the lid back on and let it go for another hour.
Dad. Why are you making a video on YouTube?
Good question, buddy. Why not?
Because you're just wearing that lid to make it funny.
Alright, guys. We've been on the smoker for about 3 hours now. I just let it go because I had stuff to do. I got people coming over. I had to make some other snacks too, like a couple apple pies and some jalapeno popper things. Anyway, looks real good and brown right now. We're going to throw that in this double wrap right here. One going that way, one going that way. And we're going to put it in the oven at 300 till the meat gets to 210. I'll see you then.